Well, here they all are, my constant friends. I guess they were my best friends because I took them wherever I went for 44 years. And for the last 36 of those years, I tried to quit many, many times. Problem was, whenever I tried to quit, after a day or so, I'd feel a little crazy.
Why, he's mad. Look at his eyes. Why, the man's gone crazy.
For my first attempt, I bought a cigarette holder that had a dial on the stem. The way it worked was you set it on 1, and so on for 4 weeks, and with each setting, the cigarette holder allowed more air into the smoke when you took a drag. On the 4th week, all you would be getting would be air. Then I tried acupuncture. The procedure was supposed to eliminate cravings and withdrawal symptoms, but it didn't. Later on, I got a device, a stop-smoking computer, that I programmed by pressing a button every time I smoked for the first week. Starting on the 2nd week, I was only to smoke when it beeped at me. Then my doctor put me on a special vegetarian diet for 8 weeks. He said that when I stopped smoking after going vegetarian for 2 months, the cravings and the withdrawal symptoms would be greatly reduced or eliminated entirely. That wasn't true at all. Then I tried the patch. That was awful. Once, I even spent $400 on a hypnotist, $200 per visit, the most expensive naps I've ever had. Time to try the gum. If the cravings for a cigarette are reduced from 100% to 80%, trust me, you still really want a cigarette. Every once in a while, I try to quit cold turkey. I don't want to talk about that. It made me want to go out and buy a dog so I could have something to kick. And I like dogs. Then one night, I was listening to the radio when I heard a commercial for an electronic or e-cigarette. The announcer said it feels and tastes just like smoking a cigarette, and since you're only inhaling and exhaling water vapor, it's harmless to the smoker and anyone around them. I wrote down the 800 number, but before I called, I went Googling for product reviews, and I found them. All bad. It was just a scam. So I didn't call the 800 number, but the concept really appealed to me. Could I really quit smoking by switching to an E-Cig and not go crazy with withdrawal and craving? So I continued to Google around, and eventually I found ECF, and then Don DeBoom Vape's 6-part, The Wonderful World of Vaping, an illustrated guide to E-Cigs. By the time I was finished, I knew everything I needed to know about E-Cigs except one thing. Which one should I get? I didn't want anything more complex than a battery and a cartomizer. I did one more search, and I found Ecig, the only place you need to go. So I clicked on over and bought the starter kit. So here's the starter kit. You get a battery, a cartomizer, you put them together, it works. After 3-4 hours, the battery goes dead, you plug it into the USB charger, you plug that into a wall adapter or the computer. What could be simpler? I found out later if I wasn't careful about filling up a cartomizer, e-liquid could drip down into the battery and kill it. And I found that out because I killed a couple of batteries. So I switched over to manual batteries because they're sealed. I always was looking for longer battery life between charges. I switched over to the extra long KR808s, and then in June, Ecig came out with the elegant Easy. Now instead of 3 or 4 hours of vaping, 12. Now we're talking. And in November, I started using the Elegant Easy XXL 1300. It lasted even longer than the Elegant Easy. It truly was an all-day E-Cig. I thought vaping couldn't get any better.
Wake me up before you go. Don't leave me hanging on like a yo-yo. Wake me up before you go.
Yeah, let's go into a go-go.
And that dreaded of all diseases, mogo on the go-go.
Professor, you're suffering from mogo on the go-go.
I beg your pardon.
What's the matter? Exactly what I suspected. The old mogo on the go-go.
The go-go. The flavor, throat hit, and vapor production blew my KR808 stuff out of the water. Yes, I have become a Go-Go Maniac member of Go-Go Nation. Remember this? And this? That's what I used to need to get through the day. So let's wrap this up. Watching people who had smoked for 30, 40, 50 years and then switch over to e-cigarettes painlessly has been one of the most amazing things I've ever witnessed. The greatest inventions in history are fire, the wheel, disposable diapers, and electronic cigarettes.